of the heavier anime series from the spring 2023 season that I watched, probably the heaviest of them all was called Heavenly Delusion, released in the US on Hulu and Disney Plus, under its untranslated title of Tengoku Daimakiyo. The series was one of two from that season that sought to build a couple mysteries over the course of it with a varying degree of the success. A quick note in advance before I start getting the show proper: this show contains imagery of sexual assault, also of suicide, so keep that in mind. Some stuff related to this, but not those particular scenes, will show up in this video, but just a heads up on that. The series is set in a apocalyptic future where much of the human civilization has been crushed by unspecified disaster, at least as shown in the anime thus far, with humanity in the process of picking up the pieces with varying degrees of success. This is complicated by the creatures known as Hiruko, mysterious man-eating monsters with various powers. And within this world, we follow two teenagers, Maru and Kiruko. Kiruko is transgender, but not in the sense that they are assigned at birth a gender that does not reflect their gender identity. He was born as Haruki and attempted to save his go-kart racing sister, Kiruko, from a Hiruko attack, leading to an accident that nearly killed both of them, leading to a mysterious doctor putting Haruki's brain into Kiruko's body. The other is Maru, a young man with increased physical abilities and the power to telekinetically sense the core of a Hiruko and destroy it if he makes physical contact with the entity. Maru's adoptive mother, who was dying, hired Kiruko to take Maru to, quote, heaven, and entrusts her with a weapon to help with defense and serve as a clue: a ray gun with the logo of the facility that Maru needs to be taken to. However, this is only half of the story. The other half involves a mysterious medical facility where a bunch of teenagers with various special powers are being raised. They, like the clones from parts of the Clonus horror, have no knowledge of sex, sexuality, or intimacy. People running the facility have some sort of secret, unclear agenda, but we don't get a clear explanation of what that agenda is as yet, but that it's not entirely altruistic, and that there are forces outside the organization that seek to stop them, but not quite yet at the level of send the JSDF to storm the Geofront and kill literally everyone level of stop them. This sets up the mystery of what exactly is this organization's agenda. Now, of course, over the facility, we get various clues dropped over these mysteries, along with mystery number 3. We get clues throughout the series that these two plots are not simultaneous, and that there's a considerable time gap between the two. This leads to the mystery number 3 of how do these two link to each other, and how far apart are they, and what happened in between these two events. Now, on top of all this very well-written mystery, we have utterly gorgeous animation. This is animated by Production IG, and they have absolutely brought their A-game with this show. In fact, what makes it even more impressive is this is director Hirotaka Mori's very first outing as a director, and they show a really strong sense of visual storytelling, visual flow, and all of this here. It's oftentimes a rookie director gets put with a lower profile project, and so you don't necessarily get that level of intensity to it or real energy to the work. But here this is something special visually, and I really hope that this series gets additional seasons. And honestly, this is a show that really merits from wanting to have as a physical release, so that you can show to your friends should the streaming license rights ever expire. In short, I do hope that we eventually get a second season of this. What we get wraps up in a decent spot, but also opens up a bunch of new room for a second season to cover more of the manga after where the season ends. And on top of all of that, the manga is still running, I believe, and being published by Denpa in the United States. So I'm definitely looking to pick up some of that, and I'll go checking around the library to see if that's available. So I'm recommending picking that up as well. If the show does not have a physical release, I will have a link to the manga in the doobly-doo where you can pick it up. It will be an affiliate link. Picking up anything from there helps to support the show. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe. And also consider backing my Patreon. Patreon backers get episodes up to 1 week early of this show and any future Let's Plays. Also, please consider backing my Ko-fi. Tossing me a few bucks also helps support the show, and it's not a monthly obligation or anything like that.